I'm Bianca.
And I'm Grant.
And this is the Lake House Project.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Golden Key Design. On today's episode, we'll be demoing this living room and this dining room. And don't worry, we'll be keeping that fireplace. For today's demo, we'll be mainly focusing on the floors by tearing out that laminate floor there, as well as all this carpeting in the living room. And as you can tell, it's quite dated. After the foreman got some pets, it was time to get to work. We started by tearing out the carpet in the living room, and here you're going to want to use a utility knife to cut it all up. But besides that, you just need some manpower. And the foreman's keeping a close eye. Once you start demoing that carpet, it's easiest to cut it in about 3-foot sections, and then you can roll these up and it's a lot easier to carry around and get out to the curb. And if you're enjoying the video so far, we'd really appreciate it if you give it a like and also subscribe, as we got a ton of DIY and renovation content coming your way every Saturday. Also, comment down below, what's your favorite part of a renovation? Mine's definitely demo. Next up was taking out the foam underneath the carpet, and as you can tell, this was quite a hard job. We used the same technique here as we did earlier and rolled it up in about 3-foot sections. Then it was time to finally carry it all out to the curb.
Hey everyone, as you just saw, we ripped out the old carpet and the padding. Next we're going to work out on tearing out all these tack strips, and then we'll move on to the floor, and hopefully it's not glued down.
This should be easier because this is in wood as opposed to concrete. This is actually my first time doing it. A wood subfloor. And here we made sure to work really hard because we knew the foreman was coming around. But on a serious note, these tack strips are really easy to pull up just using a crowbar, especially if they're in a wood subfloor. If they're in a concrete subfloor, it's a different story. After that was completed, it was time to move on to the dining room floor, and we were quite worried this might be glued down, but we quickly learned it wasn't, which was a very nice surprise. At one of our older renovations, we learned that our floor was completely glued down and it took forever to pull up. However, here at the lake house, it was a ton easier. After removing all of the floor, it was on to the baseboards and the flooring that was on the wall. And you'll quickly learn that in a demo, a crowbar is your best friend. Then after that was completed, the dining room was done, and it was on to removing all of this wood around the old spiral staircase hole, as in a future episode we'll be filling this in.
We then moved on to tearing out all of the tile at the entrance to the house, and this was quite the task as we had to remove both the tile and the cement backer board that it was mortared to. Next, we tore out all of the other flooring on the other side of the wall. This went a little bit easier, and we also tore out all the trim around the window, as in the future we'll be replacing all of this trim work. And lastly, we tore out all the trim around the sunken floor, as in a future episode we'll be raising this floor to be all the same height. Stay tuned next week for the kitchen demo. This one was a lot of fun, but a lot of work. And as always, thanks for watching and happy building. See you next week.